Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to deal with the motion in a vertical circle. So you can see in the picture the 3 points we have marked here, L, M and H. L is the lowermost point, H is the highest point and M is the midpoint in between H and L. So in the picture you can see the one body. See this red color is a body which is tied with a string, and now this body is now rotating. Okay, just imagine the body is now rotating in a vertical circle, not a horizontal circle, in a vertical circle. So in this case it is marked here, when the object is moving from the point L, we are providing an initial velocity u here. Okay, so due to this u, definitely the body will now start moving in a vertical circle. So we are considering when the object is reached at this point, say it as the point is here P. What are the forces acting on the body here? As you already know, mg is acting vertically downward. This mg can be resolved into two components, mg cos theta and other one is mg sin theta, because this angle is equal to theta. When the body is moving from L to P, the angle is theta is displacing. So this angle also become theta. Now at the point P, the velocity is marked here v, that is the velocity when the object is reached at the point P. And you can see the tension is acting towards radially inward, correct? Towards the center or radially inward. Now from the L to the P, it is raised. The body is raised by a height of h value. Now from O to L, it is radius. Radius is equal to r. So remaining height become, you can say, if this is a n, the remaining height is r minus h. So this is a complete diagram is about. Now consider, we are going to deal with now what is the velocity. What is the velocity at any point? That's what we are going to deal with the first one, velocity at any point. So in order to calculate the velocity at any point, let's discuss the point is here P. Okay. So we can apply the conservation of energy. Kinetic energy plus potential energy will be always constant, correct? In this case, kinetic energy plus potential energy at the point L must be equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy at the point P. Okay, now what is the kinetic energy at the point L? We can write it as half into m into u square, because initial velocity is given there what u. So half m u square plus what is the potential energy? If you consider this as the reference point, okay, at the lowermost point is a reference point, we can consider the potential energy which is equal to 0. That is equal to kinetic energy and potential energy at the point P. So what is the kinetic energy at the point P? We can write here half into m into v square. The velocity is given the word v, plus what is the potential energy? The object mg is now raised by a height h, right? So what is the potential energy here? We can write it as mgh. Therefore, we can calculate the velocity at the point P. Half mv square is equal to half mu square minus mgh. So you can see here m is common, you can cancel that, and if you take the 2 towards the right, so we can write this equation as v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. This is a velocity square. So what is the velocity at the point P? We can write the v is equal to root of u square minus 2gh. So this is the equation for calculating what the velocity at any point. So in this case we are considering as about velocity at the point P. Now let's calculate what is the tension at that point. So now you can see here, when the object is now revolving or simply here rotating in a vertical circle, there is a force is acting towards the center, and that is called what? Centripetal force. Centripetal force Fc is equal to mv square divided by r. This formula you have already learned that one. Now here what is the net centripetal force? Here at the point P, the net centripetal force you can see here, tension and mg cos theta, both are acting in opposite direction and tension will be greater, so we can write here tension minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square divided by r. Correct? Now, what is the tension here? Tension is equal to mg cos theta plus mv square divided by r. Now you can see here from this triangle, just to consider the triangle O, and here it is, we have marked it as N. ONP, what is the cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to what? R itself, right? So here it is a hypotenuse. OP is the radius R. So cos theta we got it. Now as we already calculated what is V square, right? So substitute this value. Tension is equal to mg into R minus h divided by R plus m by r into what is V square? V square just previously we have discussed, right? That is equal to u square minus 2gh. Now you have to solve this equation. So tension at any point. See this equation, we can write m by r can be taken outside. Correct? Now remaining one is what? Gr. Okay, just multiplying here. Gr minus gh plus u square minus 2gh. Correct? So tension can be written as T is equal to m by r into, you see this one, minus gh minus 2gh. So we can write here u square minus 3gh. Now remaining one is what? Plus gr. So this is the equation to calculate the tension at any point in a vertical circle. So tension is equal to what? M by R into u square minus 3gh plus gr. Now let's calculate what is the tension of the string at the bottom. The tension general equation, tension is equal to M divided by R into u square plus gr minus 3gh. So at the lowest point, what is the h become? We have taken the at the lowest point as the reference point, right? So here we can say here h is equal to 0. So what is the general equation? Tension at the lowest point TL is equal to m divided by r into u square plus gr. So this is the general equation for the tension acting in the string at the lowermost point. Okay, now let's discuss about what is the tension at the top. Tension at the top. Once again, the general equation we have already know. There we can write here T is equal to m divided by r into u square plus gr minus 3g. Now what is the height? Height from the reference point, here you can see that h is equal to 2 times the radius, right? 2r. So we can substitute here 3g into 2r. So tension T is equal to m by r into u square. Now you see plus gr minus 6gr, that is equal to what? Minus 5gr. So this is the equation to calculate the tension at the highest point or at the top. So we can note it down here, tension subscript h value. Okay, so if you see the difference in tension at the lowest and the highest point is equal to, you can see here, if you are calculating the difference in the tension at the lowest and highest point, so TL minus TH, if you calculate that value, you will be getting about 6 times the weight of the revolving body, that is equal to 6 into mg. So the difference between tension in the lowest and highest point is equal to what? 6 mg. Clear? Now let's discuss about what is the minimum velocity of projection at the lowest point for looping the loop. That means if I give a particular speed or velocity, you can see here tangential is given the u, and that should be a minimum value in such a way that the object will go here till the top and again it will continue that loop. Okay, so there is a minimum velocity of projection at the lowest point for looping the loop. So that's what we are going to find the next one. So for looping the loop, okay, for looping the loop, what should be the minimum velocity of projection. To derive that relation, we just imagine when the object is reached at the top, that is we have marked here the point H. When the object is reached at the point H, the condition for the looping the loop is here what? Tension at the highest point in the string must be greater than or at least equal to 0. So tension must be equal to what? 0, or tension must be greater than 0. So we can write here what is the tension at the highest point. We have already written the m divided by r into u square minus 5gr must be greater than or equal to 0, or we can write u square minus 5gr must be greater than or equal to 0, or we can write here u square must be greater than or equal to 5gr. Therefore, we can write the minimum velocity with which for looping the loop u is greater than or equal to root of 5gr. So this is the minimum velocity. The minimum velocity for looping the loop we should give at the lowest point. Then only this object will continue that loop and again it will come back to the same point. Okay, so this is a minimum velocity for looping the loop, and the value is here about u is equal to root of 5gr. So now let's calculate what is the minimum velocity at the top. Okay, so velocity at the top without slackening of the string, we can say here the velocity formula v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. We have already discussed in the first case the velocity at any point. So we can write here v square is equal to u square minus 2g into what is the height here from the reference point to the height, that is equal to 2r, right? So 2g into 2r. So v square can be calculated as u square minus 4gr. So what is the minimum velocity is required for looping the loop? That is, we have already calculated u must be equal to what? Root of 5gr. So we can substitute here v square is equal to u square. U square is equal to what? 5gr minus 4gr, that is equal to what? Gr. So what is the minimum velocity at the top without slackening of the string? So v must be equal to what? Root of gr. Root of gr. So at the top the minimum velocity required v is equal to what? Root gr. What is the lowest point for looping the loop? That is v is equal to root of 5gr. Root of 5gr. Now let's find out what is the velocity at the midpoint. We have marked here about em. Let's do that also. If you use the conservation of energy principle, the total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Correct? So we can write here the total energy is equal to what is the kinetic energy when the object is reached at the point M here. Okay, at the point M. So we can write here E is equal to half into mv square, say it as Vm square, that's a midpoint, we are noting it as, plus what is the potential energy at that point? Potential energy is equal to mgh. So total energy at the point M or the midpoint half into m into Vm square. So velocity at the point M, that is we have marked here about V subscript M, plus mg into what is the height it is now raised from the reference point. This is a reference point, right? It is raised by what? That is equal to r. So we can write here h is equal to r. Now what is the total energy? What is the total energy here? Total energy means the energy which is possessed at the lowest point, right? At the lowest point the energy is equal to half into mu square. This is initial velocity is given the u, which is equal to half into mvm square plus mgr. Now if you solve this equation, you can see here all the sides, left hand side and right hand side, m cancel, right? So we can write here what half into Vm square is equal to half into u square minus gr. Okay, so if you multiply with the 2 on the right hand side, Vm square is equal to u square minus 2gr. U square minus 2gr. So what is the Vm? You can write here Vm square is equal to, you see u we have already written the minimum velocity for looping the loop. U is equal to root of 5gr. So what is a u square? U square is equal to 5gr. Substitute here, you will be getting 5gr minus 2gr, which is equal to 3gr. So what is the velocity at the midpoint? We can write it as Vm is equal to root of 3gr. This is another relation we are discussing here, that is the velocity at the midpoint. So we have discussed three cases here. Velocity for looping the loop, which is u is equal to root of 5gr. At the midpoint, the velocity is equal to what? Root of 3gr. And at the highest point, without slackening the string, what is the velocity minimum required, or the critical velocity required here at the top? That is equal to root of gr. This is a completely regarding about motion in a vertical circle. Okay, I hope you understood this topic. Thank you all of you.